So I'm working on this. Just want to show you how this works, guys. It's not a difficult process. If you guys want a light bearing holster, this is a customer I'm working on. This is a Glock 17 with it's an Olight. It's the PL-2 Valkyrie. Very, very similar to a TLR1, maybe just a hair smaller. Very nice light, super bright. It's 1200 lumens, and it's from Olight. And the Olights seem to be standing up to the durability tests since they've been coming out. So they're definitely a nice alternative to the Streamlight if you want. Streamlight's just a little bit bigger, not much though. I just wanted to show you how it works. So, you know, he sent me an email, and his name's Chad. He sent me an email and he said, hey, you know, I want a Glock 17 outside the waistband holster with my Olight. I said, yeah, not a problem. So I gave him our shipping address. He sent me the light. I had it in a couple days. I'll have his, you know, depending on how many orders I got. It'll only take a couple days to make it. And then I'm almost done this one now. So there's the Glock 17. So what we do is, when we don't have a ready mold, I'll call them, we have to build the holster, actually build the holster. When you have a ready mold, you don't have to build as much. It's like 80% done. All you got to do is, you know, add a little block for your clips or whatever like that and cut it out and all that. But when you build a holster, you got to, it's a lot of work. As you could see, you're getting a natural blue gun, bare bones, nothing on it, not ready to make a holster. And this is how you have to build it. So this build came out good. Everything's straight. The lines are straight. Everything's wrapped in tape to protect his lights from any scratches or any kind of heat or whatever. Just because what I do is I use pieces of aluminum. I don't use wood. The problem with wood is when you crush it in the press, or it gets crushed in the vacuum seal, it tends to bend a little, and then the holster looks bowed. It's very unprofessional looking. I see them out there, you know, for sale like that. It's just like, you know, I try to get everything as straight as I can. I want it to look as factory as possible if people are going to pay good money for these things. Anyway. So, Chad, this is your order. I'm definitely going to get it done today. It's definitely going to get mailed out today. And this is the front. And like I said, I'm going to put a tension adjustment area. As long as there's room for me to do it, I'm going to get it in there. So there's where you would put your tension. You always put it along the bottom of the light, because that's where most of the holster is touching when you're sliding the gun in here. Is right here. So a very soft twist clockwise with the tension screw, and you'll feel a big difference in tension. Okay, so that's the front. This is the back, and that was done with a vacuum press with the rubber bladder. So now that I got my holes laid out, I'm going to clamp the front and the back together around the holster that's built, so nothing moves or shifts as I'm drilling. That's the worst thing that can happen, because when you're done drilling, you want the holes to line up perfectly all the way around, so you're not fighting the eyelets getting in the holes. So the best way, what I do is I clamp the bottom, clamp the top, and I don't want to put too many clamps on it because they get in the way of the drill. So the smallest clamps I can find, 2 at the most, and now I'll drill the holes. Now that the holes were drilled, I'll take both pieces apart and deburr every hole, because when you put the front and the back together and sandwich it, you don't want to see any gaps in the seam, and burrs will cause that. It'll push the plastic apart. Sometimes as you're sanding, it'll get wedged in there, and you can try to get it out with a razor blade, and it pushes the plastic apart a little bit. But you know, we try to get it as perfect as possible. So the holes are drilled, the layout's done, And now I'm going to rivet it all together. If you guys don't know what the rivets, not everyone doesn't know what eyelets are. They're rivets. So I'm going to talk in terms that people know. I'm going to put the rivets in now after I clean up the holes and deburr the holes. Okay, I got all my rivets in. My eyelets are all locked into place. Everything looks good. Everything's lining up nice. And I got my lines drawn to cut off my vertical corners. Try to make the holster as small as I can, so when you bend your leg or you have to lean over, the corners don't poke you. So with this size holster, with this big gun, with this light, that's just about as small as I can get it. And we're going to cut these lines first, and then I'm going to sand all around and make it give it a nice finished look. I'll show you when it's done. Okay, she's all cleaned up, she's all sanded and polished all the way around, looking good. Now the only thing we're going to do now is put the wings on there, and Chad wants 1.75 belt loops. I was using these for a while, and these are nice. They're okay. They tend to bow like this after a while, because when you're pulling your belt tight, and then after a while they kind of stay like that. So they're a little bit more flimsy. These are super strong. They're solid. But as you can see, look at all the room. You have all kinds. So when I drew my holster with these, the holster would definitely it would shift up and down. But I mean, if that bothers you, I don't see what the big deal is if that does. But the holster really locks down with this style belt loop, and plus it says Made in USA on them. I like that. So we're going to put these on here, and then we're going to take all the tape and wood off that blue gun, and we're going to test Chad's holster to make sure the fit is right, because really, I don't care how nice the holster looks, that's the most important thing. So let's get that done. Alright guys, so let's see the end result, okay? There is Glock 17 with Chad's light, the PL2 Valkyrie. Okay, there's our light bearing holster with the adjustable tension. It's going to slide right in. Now what the adjustable tension does, what the other holsters didn't have, now you have the click. Okay, because it's creating a little resistance right here, and it makes it tight, and it gives you the click that you're looking for. Now I'm not going to guarantee you're going to get that click on every holster, because every situation's different, every gun's shaped different, every light shaped different. So on this particular light, you're getting the awesome, secure, perfect click. Okay? This came out very nice. Plenty of room for my hand. No trigger guards exposed. You can see in the trigger guard, but it's not exposed. Nothing you could do about that, because that's the way the mold's built. It has to expand here to give that light room to get out of there. They could have made it smaller. It is a little drastically big, but that's the mold. That's how they make it. Doesn't bother me. Gun's totally safe to carry. No issues at all. And Chad, this is your outside the waistband Glock 17 with your what the hell's the light called again? The PL-2 O-Light. No problem whatsoever. There it is. Alright guys, just thought this video would be something a little different. Now you know what goes into these and making these, and believe me, I cut a lot out. You know, because you got to sand and polish, and as you can see, there's your the edges. I know some people don't care if the edges are polished, but I'm telling you, it doesn't really take that long to do it. There's a nice shot of it right there. Okay, fully adjustable. Alright guys, thanks for watching. The links are below. If you're interested in a light bearing holster, I do have a lot of them. I can go down the list of ones that I have, but they're on the website. Alright, have a good one.